Hello and welcome back again to Driving Instructor Pro's YouTube channel. We are back with another test route, taking you round on a full test route in Southport to basically give you the idea of what could happen on your test day, the high failure points, and basically where you're going to get your stops, your manoeuvres, and just a general bit of info about your test route. If you do like this video, like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you very, very soon. We're currently outside Southport Test Centre now, and we're going to be setting off. Okay, so bit of a tricky turn out of the test centre. A lot of parked cars on the road. So as we're coming down this road, you've got parked cars generally here all the time. We're looking for anything coming down the end of the road now to make sure that if we have to pull in, we've got a gap available to us. The end of the road here, we're going to follow the road ahead. The examiner might not give you that information when you come up to it. So you've obviously got the clear giveaway markings, the giveaway signs, and we're making our way across when we've got a clear gap. Now again, similar type road, a 20-mile-an-hour road. You've got cars parked on the left-hand side as you come down this road. Now, I'll be looking far in advance to see. The examiner may pull you up on the left-hand side just before this black Renault here to do an angled start. They will say don't worry about the road markings or driveway on this occasion. Coming towards the end of this road now, and we're going to be turning right at the end of the road. So we're popping in our mirrors, we're indicating right, and then we're making sure we get past this car before we come back to our side of the road. Now again, clear giveaway markings, clear giveaway sign. Coming out at the end of this road is quite tight. There is a lot of parked cars on the right and left hand side. I understand that you might not be able to see that with the camera angle I've got, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks we're going to have some different camera angles for you so we can see everything that is available to us. Again, coming down this road, still a 20-mile-an-hour section. You've got parked cars on the right hand side, you've got cars coming from ahead, and we're just taking our time. It's nice and clear. We've got a guy that's running across the road in front of us, which is always ideal. He's getting out of our way. We're not really too worried about him. And we're on our way. Again, it gets a bit tighter here, so you've just got to be quite accurate with your lane positioning. Checking that left mirror, making sure we're not too close to the curb, but yeah, we want to be able to make sure we're letting those people that are coming from ahead get past in the gap. Now, this is a sat-nav test route. The sat-nav will already have been set off at this point. At the roundabout, we're going to turn right, and we're going to take the third exit, okay? Very difficult roundabout. I failed my very first test at this roundabout for undue hesitation. Now, we're looking at the roundabout. It's nice and clear when we get there. So we're just moving out nice and slow, making sure we pop in our left mirror check and left indicator, and then we're cancelling our signal, looking at the zebra crossing straight away as we exit the roundabout. The bus is now pulled out. I'm sticking to the right hand side here as well because there is parked cars coming up on my left. We are going to take the second road on the left. So this one's your first, and then after the parked cars, just after is the left hand turn that we need. So we've checked our mirrors, we're indicating left, we're slowing down, we're looking for pedestrians. Is there anyone crossing? Yes. Are we going to take our time around the corner? Yes. Are they out of our way? Yes. So we can continue on. You may have a point here where you do your hill start before this, don't know what colour that is, like a lemony, greeny colour, Kia. Coming up to the end of the road here, we're turning right onto the promenade. Now, I'm looking left early because I can see that way. I'm looking right early, I can see. There is nothing coming, so I'm moving straight out into the junction without having to come to a stop. It's a lot easier to do that than faff around, come to a stop and then try and prepare yourself for a hill start when it's quite a steep gradient on that little junction there. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road now. We're coming up to a pedestrian crossing. Has a pedestrian just crossed? They have, so I'm just taking my time. They may have pressed the button, so we don't know if those traffic lights are going to change. It doesn't matter if the pedestrian is on the crossing. You have to stop if there's a red light. Now we're coming down this road. We're sticking to the left-hand side. We are following the road ahead, so we're just taking up a nice position early enough so we don't encroach in the other lane there. We're stopping at this first set of traffic lights here. This can sometimes catch people out. There is 2 sets of traffic lights here. As you can see, you've got these 2 and then that 3rd one just to our right there. We've just gone to green. A lot of people look at the further traffic lights. You see the difference in change of the green light there. Some people tend to watch this traffic light in front of here and tend to go when they turn to green. Obviously we can't do that because our traffic lights are currently on red. We do need to change lanes, so I'm just taking the opportunity nice and early so we're not getting too close to the roadworks on the left hand side. Now, you can turn left into this next car park here. You may do a forward or reverse bay park in this car park on the left hand side. That's normally where they would choose to do your manoeuvre on this test route. There is other opportunities that I'll show you later on during the test route where you can potentially get on your driving test. This roundabout, we're turning left and we're taking the first exit. Done my mirror checks, I'm indicating nice and early, I'm getting my gear change in nice and early before I've got to focus on my steering. Looking at the roundabout, we're nice and clear, so I'm moving through the roundabout. Again guys, if you do enjoy these test route videos, I would really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe for me. I am relatively new to YouTube. I do want to try and get a little bit more into it this year with regards to YouTube. I'm mainly on TikTok, but I do and I would appreciate if you could try and get this out there for me and try and build my platform as well. Obviously if you don't enjoy it, then it is what it is. But yeah, if you could just get that out there for me, that'd be amazing. This is a point where you can kind of relax on your driving test. As long as nothing's going on in front of you, there's not really going to be too much that you come across that is going to give you much of a problem. We're taking the next road on the left, so check the mirrors, we're indicating left, we're approaching, taking our time, we're getting it down into second, we're moving through the junction, it's nice and clear, we're not worried about anything when we're turning left there, and we're building ourselves back up to 30. See, there's a slow moving vehicle in front of us. I am just going to slow down a mite here because they're waiting to turn into the junction and we are getting a little bit closer to the traffic in front. And then we're moving through to the next roundabout, which we're turning right at, and we're taking the second exit. A lot of people, when they hear the word second exit, they tend to stick to the left hand side. Now, you're turning right. The instruction was turn right, second exit. So you stick to the inside of the roundabout. As you come round, you stick into the inside, you throw in a left mirror check and a left indicator, and then you merge back to the left hand side of the roundabout, like so. Don't be too... It's quite a difficult one when you get an instruction that says take the second exit. The first instruction at any single roundabout is actually the most important one because it tells you the position that you need to be in on approach. Now, you're going to get 3 instructions on approach to a roundabout. It's going to be left, ahead or right, and then you'll get an exit instruction. Left and ahead, generally, if there's no road markings, means that you would use the left-hand lane on approach for going ahead and turning left. When you're turning right, that is when you use the right-hand side. Granted, if there's road markings, that may change, but at this moment in time, if it's just a normal roundabout with no road markings, if you're going ahead and left, it's left lane. If you're turning right, it is right lane. Just gone through a 50 mark now, so we're going to build ourselves up to 50, and this is the bit again. You build yourself up to 50 and then you can kind of relax a little bit. You've got a nice straight road in front of you. As long as you're keeping your eyes on the road and you're basically concentrating in front of you, you're keeping to your lane, nice and central, shouldn't be too much of an issue. We have got a little bit of traffic coming ahead. Looking at the hump sign on the left hand side, this road used to be a lot worse than it was. It is now quite flat. This is the point now where the examiner may ask you your show me question. So they'd ask you, show me how to wash and clean your front windscreen, or show me how to set your rear demister. Obviously, doing it 50 miles an hour with your show me question, what I would say there is you have got a junction coming up on this right hand side. I can see brake lights, which tells me somebody's turning right. So I've just dropped back nice and early, let that car turn right, and then I'm carrying on my way. As I was saying about the show me question, with the show me question, if you're doing it at 50 miles an hour, make sure you learn the show me questions before you try and do it. Because if you are doing 50 and you get asked the show me question, you have to take one of your hands off the steering wheel, potentially, to do one of the show me's. So you need to be comfortable with steering at a high speed with one hand while you do your show me question. I hope you understood that. Again, now we're coming down the 50-mile-an-hour road. This is the point where you can just take a little bit of a breather. There's not really going to be too much that's going to be causing you an issue on this point. Traffic ahead, yes. Anyone overtaking from the opposite side, yes. But currently, there isn't anything going on like that. So we're just relaxing. We're taking our time. And we're looking at the beautiful scenery out in Southport here today. Here's where the bumps are, so make sure you hold your steering wheel relatively tightly so you're not losing control of it. Just hitting that 50 mark now. These guys have found the accelerator. We're not currently doing 45 and a 50, now we are doing 45 and a 50. I spoke too soon. I say, guys, I hope this content that I'm bringing you do like. If you do like, drop me a comment, ask me what you want me to do next. I've got a lot of ideas for my YouTube channel coming over the next few months. I'd really like it if I could get to a point where I'm comfortable creating YouTube content. There's a lot more talking. It's not like TikTok. There's a lot more talking in it, and yeah, I do feel comfortable, but you know, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment, drop me a message, and just give me ideas of what you think I can do next, what you'd want to see from, you know, a driving instructor or an ex-driving test examiner. So now we're coming up to Plough Roundabout. Quite a difficult roundabout this. There's a lot of traffic on it and it's very, very tight. So you've got to be very careful when you're approaching this junction to make sure you do it properly. So we have got a roadworks sign on approach. I am just going to back right off on my speed because there is cars coming from ahead as well. Always thinking about planning ahead, guys, because if you're not planning ahead, you're going to get yourself into a little bit of an issue. There we are. We're going to turn right on the roundabout again, take the fourth exit. So I've dropped myself into second gear and I'm just going to slow down on approach, trying to find a safe gap. Currently we don't have one, so I'm stopping, I'm into first, and I'm just preparing myself to get myself moving. See, my head's always moving across the roundabout. There was a small gap there, but I wasn't prepared to take that one. I'm looking now, there is gaps coming up now, and now I'm moving out into the roundabout. We're taking the fourth exit. We need to be tight into the roundabout. I'm flicking my left on, I'm popping my mirror check in, and I'm off the roundabout. No indicator on this bus, which tells me it's stopped for a while. If that might be the bus driver, he's probably gone for a week. So now, as we come down this road, we're back into a 30-mile-an-hour section. We are just going to take the next road on the right when it comes up. It's just after the petrol station on the right-hand side. So I'm popping my indicator on. I've checked my mirrors. Slowing down. We're looking for a safe gap to get across the right turn here. We have just picked up a nice safe gap. As you can see, as we turn in, 20-mile-an-hour signs are in play. So we're taking our time. Down this point here, you may get asked to do a pull up on the left at a safe place, a normal stop. Again, normal stop is anywhere that's not double parked across from parked cars like this on the right. Not blocking anyone's driveway, not too close to a junction, not over any sort of like white or yellow road markers. And also as well, with normal stops, you've got to keep the car fully on the road. What I mean by that is all four tyres must be on the road, not on the curb. Because obviously when you drive down roads, sometimes we're going to take the next one on the left here, guys. Just checking there's an indicator left. Slowing down, popping it into second, and taking my time for the turn. As I was saying, a lot of times, if you look here now, there's a lot of cars parked on the pavement. When the examiner asks you to pull up on the left at a safe place and you see loads of cars parked on the pavement, Sometimes I can trick you into thinking that that's okay. It's not. The second road on the right, we've just passed the first, and then we are making our turn. If it's safe, we're looking ahead, it's clear, we're looking down the road now, and now we've got an opportunity to come to a stop and let this car come through. So we're moving as they come past us, we're moving ourselves out, quick hands as you come out, slow car, fast hands. And we're coming down a road now where there is lots of parked cars again. So again, this may be a point where you get asked to do an angled start or a parallel park. Could it get asked to do a right reverse on the right hand side? It's just started raining, wonderful. So as you come down this road, it's a 20-mile-an-hour road. There's no rush, you're taking your time, you're looking far ahead. You've got opportunities to do manoeuvres or an emergency stop potentially down here. Currently on Larkfield Lane. Now, just watching this road on the right hand side in case anyone comes out there. My eyes are coming back to the front now, making sure there's nothing coming around the corner. Again, I've got a car in front of me which is helping in a sense because they are taking up this gap and cars will have to slow down for them. Now they're indicating right, just easing back off my speed to see what they do, and then I'm moving away again. Still in that 20-mile-an-hour zone, we're coming round bends, we've got parked cars on the left and right. We are just taking our time, guys. There is no need to rush on your driving test. Stress and nerves will cause you to rush. The best thing you can do is take a big deep breath and just take your time. I can't stress that enough. Just take your time. Now we're coming up to the end of the road here. Check my mirrors, I've indicated left. Just seen the 30 signs coming out at the end of the road, so we know this next road we're going on to is a 30. And we're just waiting for traffic coming down the road now. So got a couple of cars, pop my handbrake on and just prepare myself to set my gas before I move off. This car's turning right, but I'm just going to wait off for a second because that red car's coming behind quite quickly as well. Now I'm going to get myself moving, watching that silver car coming out there in case they decide to turn right. And we're back onto the 30 road now. There was no secondary sign to tell us to slow down again. Now we're moving. Okay, so we've got parked cars left and right. We have got cars coming from ahead. It is wide enough to get through the gap. We are turning right at the traffic light, so check our mirrors, we indicate right. Now, coming up here, it's quite a high failure point. This 2-lane turn here, well, I say 2-lane turn, the right lane does just tighten up ever so slightly as you get to the traffic lights. And what you'll find is a lot of people tend to move away from the curb to get the right turn done. Now, you don't have to do that. Stay nice and straight, keep the car in that straight position and you won't encroach into that left lane. If you start moving over to the left, there's a good chance you're going to encroach into that left lane and that's what's going to fail you. Okay? Rain's just picked up a little bit more, so I'm popping my window wipers on just that little bit more so we can see properly. We don't want the rain to cover up the windscreen, so we need to get it clear. Now again, we've got an opportunity down here to do our normal stops. This is a nice long wide road, so you have got a chance to just relax a little bit. We don't want to stress, we just want to relax. It's all good. Okay, so we're just keeping our eyes peeled for the cars coming out of the right, making sure they're not pulling out in front of us. It's a nice big wide road. So if there is cars coming from ahead, even though there's parked cars on the left and right, you have got time and space to get through the gaps as you approach them. Eyes straight to the zebra crossing. Is there anybody there? No. These are turning left, these are turning right. We're keeping our eyes out in case anyone moves, but we are just taking our time going through that junction. Keep your eyes peeled for any movement there. Again, hazards on the left hand side. Coming up, there's cars parked, vans parked, there's cars parked. Can't see in between the cars, so we do just want to keep a little eye out to the left hand side, making sure that there's no people walking through the cars, pedestrians walking through the cars. when we approach. The bus has just moved off. We are turning right at the roundabout and taking the third exit. So we're going to just take our time, slow down. This is a junction where the right-hand side entrance to the roundabout is a little bit blocked off by a brick wall, but we just crawl into it nice and slow. Coming past that second exit, left mirror check, left indicator, and then we're straightening up and moving on to the next road. Still a 30 zone. I'm moving back from the bus a little bit, so reason for that is buses stop and start all the time, obviously, to pick people up and drop people off. So I don't know when he's going to pop an indicator on and come to a stop. So we're just giving plenty of space. There's no need to be up his backside. The same reason why cars should really give learners space. You don't know when that learner's going to overreact to something. You don't know when people are going to jam on the brakes or, you know, swerve. We're looking now at the zebra crossing. There's nobody there. The bus is now moving a bit quicker, so I'm now moving with the bus. I'm building my speed up to 30 and I'm keeping up with the bus. Another section of this test route you need to be aware of here, as you come up to these traffic lights, you've got 2 lanes. Now, because there's loads of parked cars here all the time, what normally happens is you as the driver tend to stick to the right hand lane and not move back to the left. Now, if you did that, especially with that bus being there, you'd be in a bit of trouble because that bus would cause you to fail. Now, this bus is indicating left. I've got myself out, I'm moving around, and I'm on my way. So if you pull into that right lane and there's somebody in front of you clearly indicating right and you're going ahead, that's actually goes down as basically not paying attention to other road users. You've not reacted to the signs and signals of another road user. Because they're clearly indicating right and you've sat behind them and decided you want to stay in that right lane, you haven't taken the necessary action when the left lane was available to use the normal driving position, which is the left lane. So we're getting more information out of me today, guys. We're going to follow the road ahead of the roundabout. We're going to take the second exit. So as we approach, we're slowing down, we're going into second. We're keeping a left position because we're following the road ahead. We're looking across the roundabout, we're clear, we're moving in nice and slow. Keeping to the left side, and then we're just checking that indicator, checking the mirror and putting the indicator on as we exit the roundabout. As you notice as well, we've got a van directly behind us. One of the reasons why I checked my right hand side mirror as I was moving away from that roundabout, just in case he wanted to try and press me a little bit. Always better to be safe than sorry. Whenever you're changing direction, you need to check your mirrors. Just taking my time coming down here now. We're back in a really busy part of Southport, Lord Street. There's pedestrian crossings, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm just going to bring my speed back a little bit. This red car is coming out, so I'm just going to let them come out. They're now going to block my entrance to get through here, and if people want to come out, I'm going to be blocking this section of the road. See what I mean by that? Now the taxi's gone, now the cars are moving, I'm now moving forward with the cars, keeping up with the traffic. There's nobody on the pedestrian crossing, I'm moving through. Okay, so what you've got on this left hand side here again is a high failure point for this test route. This is not reacting to road markings, all right, or road markers basically. So I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. We're coming up to a bit of traffic, giving this learner plenty of space. Just gone to green, finding my bike, setting my gas, and then slowly lifting the clutch. Still giving this learner plenty of space. I don't want to push them too much. They could be on the driving test, so I am just going to give them plenty of space and make sure that they've got the available room for me to not pressurise them. Now, pedestrian crossing coming up. There is a person stood there, so I am going to take my time, and we're turning left at the next set of traffic lights. So, as you can see, I'm not going over yet because of this solid white line. There's now a break in it. Just check my left mirror as I've come up to the break in the line, and I'm moving over. My left indicator has come off, so I'm going to pop it back on again get myself prepared for the junction. Again, I hope you enjoy this content, guys. Obviously, it's helpful for people that are learning in Southport and doing the test in Southport. It was also helpful to see a proper run through of a driving test from anywhere, really. This will help anybody look at the dangers and situations that you might come up to on your driving test. Yes, it's specific slightly to Southport, but you're getting a lot of information in one video. So we've just tightened up here with the road works here, so we are just going to take a little bit of time. What you tend to find is at this section you've got lots of people that will walk across the road without really paying too much attention. I am leaving this gap free on the left hand side just in case somebody decides to come out and pull out, and then if I'm not blocking the entrance to the road, hunky-dory, aren't we? Like that bike, for example. Getting my bike, just doing a little check around, making sure there are no pedestrians knocking around. We're on a green light, it's just gone to green, so I am just going to take my time as I go through, keeping my eyes on the pedestrians, making sure they're not tempted to come and cross the road in front of me. Rain has slightly slowed, so I'm just going to knock the window wiper back onto the intermittent mode. I'm looking at the pedestrian crossing, no one's there, no one's pressed the button, so it shouldn't go to red, but you've got to be careful. Coming back now to the right turn at the test centre to come and bring this test route to a close. Checking our mirrors, we're indicating right. We're giving this learner, again, plenty of room. There's a car coming from ahead, but we have plenty of time to get past that section of road before it comes towards us. We're going to pull up on the left at a safe place. And there you have it. The next test route is complete, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. Like I say, if you've got any feedback you want to give me, brilliant, let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. Appreciate it. See you soon.